the Bobkast here at the Kokomo Post Sports. I'm your host, Jay Stevens, and the Bobkats are coming off of the All-Star break. There's a little bit of time left before the very next game, and joining us today is someone that was a participant in a big way in the TBL All-Star Dunk Contest. We're going to introduce him second, but first, right in front of me, once again, is the head coach of the Kokomo BobKats. It's Chandler Levingston-Simon. Welcome back to the show.
Happy to be here, as always.
And next to him is the dunker on the team. Apparently didn't know he had the hops that he has. It's Tremont Moore. We all know him as Fudge. I saw some clips from that dunk contest. I didn't know you could jump like that.
I was skeptical about doing the dunk contest. I really wasn't feeling it. I did it before this summer at the Dizzy Runs.
Yeah.
What's the guy name? Man, I forgot his name.
Was it Kyle Guy?
Kyle Guy, I did his dunk contest, and I feel like they kind of robbed me. But it was fun, so I wanted to do it again, and I had some fun this time too. So.
You know, I saw somebody on Instagram had the video going around. Your first dunk, your second dunk. I think you only did 2 dunks in the contest. Is that correct?
Nah, I did 3. I don't know. They didn't put the third one up.
I don't know why. What dunk was that?
The 2-hand windmill, just front of the rim, just regular 2-hand windmill.
That's not regular, though. The regular person can't do just a regular 2-hand windmill.
I mean, the way they judged it was like it was regular. So, I mean, 2 out of 3 of my dunks was perfect scores. So I don't know how you could lose like that, but it was fun.
Good. Can you jump like that?
Definitely not.
Nah.
No.
Oh, he answered for you.
Yeah, he ain't had that.
It's okay. It's a known fact.
He ain't had that.
Sorry,
That's my guy. I love him to death. He ain't had that, though.
No, I'm a shooter. I'm okay.
Well, I heard you were a defensive player.
I mean, that too.
And then I remember, I think it was at media days, the guys kind of laughed at you, and I think Fudge had something to say about that.
Yeah. We put him, yeah. I'm going to let Chan talk.
So the All-Star game, you didn't play, but Larry did. What kind of feedback did you get from him playing in that game?
He said it was fun. He said that he had a good time whooping on Madura again. So I'm glad that they did that. You know, they whooped on Madura again because that format was a little weird. You know, Madura's whole team being All-Stars, but hey.
So I'm new to
That
the
has never
TBL.
happened.
Okay, so that's
Never happened. That's a new thing.
It about ain't gonna happen again neither. I don't know why.
I was confused by that because I thought if anybody, this is not just me being a homer, just being real. If it's in Indiana, I would assume that the team would have been the Bobkats.
One more time.
Madura.
Say it one more time for everybody.
I thought the team would have been the Bobkats.
Say one more time. I didn't hear you right.
Went up to Canada, beat a Canadian team, and they were actually the team that beat Madura, I think, twice. I know at least once.
Once so far. Just once
so far.
But it was 30
Seemed
points.
like
though.
it was about twice.
Do you know what went into that decision, if you're able to say anything about that?
I have no clue. Probably the home team. I'm assuming is probably funds-wise related. A little cheaper, too, because they're a home team.
Yeah.
I'd assume that has something to do with it. Plays a part. You know, it's, I guess, more expensive to fly guys in and different things like that. And also, they might not also had enough response from guys. Because sometimes, you know, guys will be like, well, I'm going to go home and spend time with my family because it's our break. You know, it happens from time to time. It's not the most common thing, but, you know, I don't know what all went into the decision, but.
Well, from your standpoint, being there on, I think it was Friday, when Fudge was dunking in the dunk contest, what was it like for you to see him participate in that event?
Oh, it was great. I mean, part of it is, too, it was great for me because I get to see the culmination of, like, a lot of things coming together. Because, like I said, we've known each other for a long time. So, like, I get to see his career from a different standpoint now. And it's great for me because, this is like my little brother. So, for me, it's great. You know, I'm like a proud big brother at that point.
Yeah, I know Chan. I was there when I actually, like, first started dunking. Like, literally, when I first started dunking, he probably seen me do my first dunk. You know
when you were like a little wee hopper, you were out there just doing your thing.
I was 8th grade going into the 9th grade that summer. So, he definitely was there to see me, like, beginning, just trying to dunk, missing 100 times a day, into now being a dunk contest. I'm sure that's, just full circle moment.
Yeah. I mean, personally, he he should have won, but it is what it is. They said a couple of his dunks look similar, but at the same time too, they were also one attempt every single time.
That's impressive. 'Cause I saw that one. The first one was a windmill, where I thought it was going to be a two-hand windmill, but you kind of kept your second hand on it for a little bit longer, then went in with one hand. And then you did that reverse dunk, brought it basically down to your knees, between your legs. And I'm like, this. Now, I don't know if that was the right order. That's what I saw in the video. And I'm like, this man can jump. No, I didn't. I see it in almost every now and then, but I didn't know you could do that. Yeah. It is fun. No, it's fun for you to be in that standpoint, to be friends for a long period of time, and see him dunk like that and jump like that in that event. I love dunking. I love dunk contests. I was not able to be there. I wish I was, because I would have been rooting for you and doing all the things that I would do in that event when I'm trying to root for a player to do well. You blew my expectations out of the water. I did not expect that at all.
Well, I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. I had no plan at all.
Okay.
The dunks that I was gonna do, like I said, I was skeptical. Really, I was having some shoulder issues. My right shoulder was kind of bothering me. So, and I knew like I was gonna do some type of windmills.
Yeah.
So that take a lot of rolling the shoulder and all that. So I didn't really prepare. I wasn't like all week in the gym thinking the dunks. I just said, well, I'm gonna just wing it. And I kind of kept asking the guys, like, what y'all think I should do? They was telling me, like, between the legs. I'm like, nah, I ain't going to do that. I want to do something that I know I'm going to hit the first time, and it's just going to be powerful, Like, I ain't want to try to do no dunks that I know I couldn't do, you know what I'm saying? Not that I can't do between the legs, but it just, I got to practice that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to see him do the pause one, where he puts it on his back and just sits there and looks in the rim and just pauses.
Yeah. I probably should have did that with my first dunk and then saved the last two.
Yeah.
Because my first and my second was probably definitely my best dunks. And then my last one, I guess I could have pulled something else out. I should have did a 360 windmill. I think I should have did that. That was the one dunk that I knew that I wanted to do. And then when it came to it, I just didn't even do it. That was the one dunk I knew. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that. And then the rest, I'm going to just think of something. But I didn't even do it. So, I don't know. That last dunk, I just started getting, I thought it was over with at that point.
Yeah,
Because
he left the door open.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, I think you lost by 1 point.
Yeah, I don't know how they did this.
1 point.
1, 2 points or something like that, yeah.
I don't know
feel
how
like
you do the points.
Yeah, because at some point, if you're that close on your last dunk being that good, you would think that judges would automatically make it a tie because it's that good. You would think, not take 1 point off. And I don't know if you went first or second. I'm not sure, but you would think at some point, if it's that good, you give him that grade, and then let the next dunk or let everything fall where it falls.
Yeah, I said we should do one more.
That's what I thought.
I was advocating for one more.
Too.
I was like, okay, one more. Let's get one more. And they're like, nah, we're gonna get. I said, nah, let's get one more. So let's see how deep the bag gets for both of them. Let's try some things.
I felt like we should have did a dunk off the last one. I mean, it was the best two dunkers in the whole gym. The guy that I lost to, he's known for dunking and on dunk contests and stuff. He does some stuff for Baller's Life and stuff, so he definitely got it. So I feel like we should have did just one more dunk, because I mean, I think me and him both, our last dunk wasn't our best.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Me and him both. He was trying to do a between the leg over somebody as his last dunk, but he couldn't get it. So he had to just settle for a honey dip. And then my last dunk, I just was like, I'm already just jumping high. I'm going to just power finish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like I said, all my dunks, one attempt, just do something crazy, and it was going down. So, I mean, I felt like about anything I did, it was going to go in. But I just took out the creativity in the last one, I guess.
If there was a dunk contest on the team, but amongst both Bobcat players, and you are able to pick 3 players to compete with you in a dunk contest, who would you pick?
To compete with me.
Mm-hmm. And your teammates are the judges. So you're
it's just a
so
team
the other guys that aren't dunking, those are the judges. but you're picking 3 other players for you to
Okay.
compete against.
So one would be Trey Mitchell, because he definitely got a nice little bag. He got a nice dunk package. He'll bust some stuff out. The next two gonna be tough. I probably have to go with Trey Barber. He been doing some stuff lately. He been feeling a little different. So I want to go ahead. I would put him in there just cause he I guess he done got that knee drain and he been feeling good lately. I seen him do some stuff in warm up last week. Like hold on now, I didn't know you had that. Man. And man, I stopped dunking. I'm like, hold on, you did some stuff. And that last one, so I got Trey Mitchell, Trey Barber, maybe Johnny.
Okay.
If Johnny feeling good. If he feeling good. I mean, I kind of know what he gonna do. Mm-hmm. But when Johnny feeling good, he gets up.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
He jumps pretty high, so.
I just said him or Plum.
I would say Plum, but I just don't. I don't know if Plum would do it. You know what I'm saying?
It was one of two. I mean,
it's either him or Plum.
Yeah.
Plum. So when I was in college, Plum actually did like a little dunk contest in college, and he had one he did between the legs and all that. So he can jump and he had it. You know, he got the little windmill, pause, hold it for a second, then flush it. So, but he don't jump like he don't be doing that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He can now.
He'll break it out occasionally. You'll see. He'll remind you that he's got it.
Right, he got it, but it ain't like he ain't doing it like he used to for fun.
Now, for you, if there was a 3-point contest, you can pick 6 players to compete in that. These are all Bobcat players still. Who would you pick?
Me?
In a 3-point contest?
I'm just playing.
I mean, he's shooting a pretty decent percentage this year. He's only taking like
I feel
3.
like everybody is, though.
He's only taking like 4, but 3 for 4. I can't complain about that.
Right?
Especially for somebody that's considered not a shooter. So.
Yeah. I ain't in that though. I'm gonna let them boys have it. I ain't gonna be in the 3-point contest.
Probably TJ, B Wood, Joe Burton, Plum.
For sure.
I gotta, he'd get mad at me if he watches this again and I don't mention his name for that one.
Oh, you would hear it bad in practice.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's his fault. He should have gotten the 3-point contest. You know, we would have won.
Yeah. I got 2 more. Trey Barber. Probably. I'm trying to think who else. I want to say Richie.
Okay.
Richie over King.
That's what I'm trying to think.
Hey, he's been shooting.
So I was wondering who's gonna be in that list. Richie, like he don't shoot a lot of threes, but when he shoot,
Yeah, it's probably Akeem.
like when Richie shoot, his shot going in. It about don't matter where he's shooting at. Like Richie is a bucket.
Yeah.
So,
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I low key, like I'm trying to go through who everybody was on the team. I'm like, oh yeah, Akeem. Yeah.
I think I saw that the TBL had a 1-on-1 contest, and I think Joe was in that.
B Wood.
B Wood.
Yeah.
How do you do?
He made it to the finals.
Okay.
Realistically, he probably should have won.
he won. We got robbed again.
In 2 competitions.
That 3-point contest, we lost. We lost. We gonna be real. 3-point contest, we lost. It's okay.
It's all right. It was Joe. Joe was in 3-point contest.
That's what it was.
He
That's what
went
it was.
first, and it was a little.
They
That
did
was
a
rough.
random.
I feel like they should have flipped that because y'all said ISO Joe was his name now, and then B Wood's been going hot from 3, so I feel like that maybe should have been flipped. Brandon B Wood shooting it in the contest.
I mean, so
I don't know.
Joe is, that's what he does. Joe shoots the ball. As much as he can go ISO and things like that,
Yeah.
but Joe's a shooter at heart.
Okay.
And then Wood, as much as he can shoot the ball, he'll go get you a bucket.
Yeah.
So, but what was it? It was 3 possessions. He got slapped on the arm, and they basically just checked up. Like he's talking about, he broke, got him to the basket, had to lay up, slapped the arm, and they're like, oh, it's a foul. I'm like, well, at what point are you going to reward points for that? Because
It was just fouled.
Because we're just exactly. We're just fouling the whole 8 minutes.
Correct.
At that point. And then he had because
only going to 9 points.
yeah, it was 8-5, and then Wood came down and the last second shot hit a buzzer beater, sent it to overtime, and then they Dillard got an opportunity from Medora. He got an opportunity to go on offense, and Wood did not.
Excuse me?
Yeah,
So it's a sudden death?
apparently. I ain't catch them.
But still, I'm confused.
Me too. Everybody was.
It's a one-on-one contest. So how do they pick who went first?
You gotta get a stop.
Was it
You
a
can't
point
just-
flip?
No, they just said, "Oh, you scored the last bucket, so it's his ball."
Right. Yeah. Wood scored the last
They can
bucket.
take it.
Yeah.
That's so messed up. I'm not a fan of that.
You know, I mean, but also they decided to ref halfway through the game.
Right. That it was just a lie that kind of just like
This is the year, so this is the league's first time doing a one-on-one contest, so
yeah.
they're getting everything together. I mean, sometimes I'll say this, everybody's critical of like the league and different things like
Yeah.
that. It happens, but a lot of stuff, it's like, hey, they're figuring things out as they go too, somewhat.
Yeah.
So, we can't do this for next year. We can do this for next year.
Yeah.
A couple dings here and there. So,
I feel like that's a part of just any job organization. Year
Yeah.
1 is different than year 5.
Yeah.
Definitely different than year 2 because you're trying to figure out what works, what doesn't work. Okay, this works. Let's roll with this. Oh, we need a ref. Well, let's start reffing now. But then it alters the first 3 minutes where there was no ref.
Right.
It's kind of confusing.
yeah,
it was rough, but all in all, it was fun though.
Yeah.
It was fun
That's
to
it.
watch.
yeah.
I feel like if we wouldn't have had a player in the one-on-one contest, it kind of would have been whack because we brought all the energy.
Yeah.
And we kind of was like turning it up.
Because it was kind of dull, and everybody's kind of just golf claps, kind of watching until somebody to my right decided to start yelling.
And then B Wood started turning up. that's what he's supposed to do. He did what he did. Wood, you the winner in my heart.
I was thinking about the current landscape of just basketball in general, and the Final Four is later this week. Got the men. I think the men are Saturday, Monday, and then the women's Final Four is Friday, Sunday. And I spent time last night watching the women's Final Four, and I was up later than normal. I was tired, and I went to bed. And I think at the end of the first quarter, middle of the second of the UConn-USC game,
Yeah.
Juju Watkins, Paige Beckers. The first game was Iowa, Caitlin Clark. You had LSU, Angel Reese, all of them out there. Do you think the TBL should think about doing a women's league?
They are.
They are.
I thought they definitely had those thoughts, and like a few years ago, after the first year, I think they was trying to add a women's league. But they
It's
just
tough
added the
'cause-
Super League and everything. They got a lot.
Yeah,
going.
it's tough because you got to get what you got going first, and then make sure that's solidified. And
Yeah.
then, so what the league itself is only like 6 years old, really. I mean, the BSL's. They just revamped that and changed things around. That's the first year of the BSL, so it's everything's still kind of new and fresh. So it's hard to be like, hey, we're going to take on another venture over here with women's basketball. But I definitely think that in the future is something to consider because there's a lot of women that don't necessarily want to go overseas to, do all that and experience that, and then where they could just do it at home.
Yeah.
There's definitely some opportunity there, and it's a market that hasn't really been tapped.
I was thinking about women that want to go overseas, and men have the opportunity to go overseas when they have a youngster, when they have a child.
Yeah.
Where women, they're with that youngster, the young baby, all the time. They have to be.
Yeah.
And so that does limit some women from not going overseas because they have to be a mother first, and of course play basketball as well. But Kokomo or Medora or any other sites or cities that host a TBL team, that's a great opportunity for you. You already have the gym. Hopefully they'll allow a women's game to be played there. But also you already have fans that are loving the basketball already. If the Kokomo had a women's team in the TBL's like, hey, we want to do an inaugural year for the women's league. Kokomo's a spot. I think the fans, Fudge, the fans love you. I think the fans would love a women's team too.
I got a homie, a young lady that's ready right now. Her name Mimi. When the women's league comes, she gonna be ready. She gonna be just like me. She bring a lot of energy. She a great player. And I feel like Kokomo would love her. So, I mean, I think if there was to bring a women's team, it would be great. And I think that it would just bring a level of competition to the city and just more fun, you know. And it would give a little more hope to the ladies and the young women playing basketball in the city, you know, because like we said, we play in Memorial Gym, and it's such a beautiful gym. It's historic, you know. It's got a lot to it. All the kids want to play in Memorial Gym. No matter if you go to Western or wherever you go, you know, you want to play in Memorial. So that will give them something to look up to, and you know, be hopeful to see that happen. You know, you just want to be inspired by that. That would be great.
I think that would be a great opportunity. And I didn't even know before this the TBL had discussed having a women's league. I think I know there's financials, there's a lot of logistics and behind the scenes stuff that people take years before starting a league. So I know it's a lot that goes into it, but I still think it's a great opportunity. And I don't think there's another pro league in America besides the WNBA. Y'all would know better than I would.
No, I mean, but the thing is, too, the WNBA needs to grow a little bit more before, and the game needs to grow itself on the women's side before I think the TBO can kind of venture off into that. It makes it a little more difficult when, you know, if the fan, you know, everybody always says, well, the fan base isn't there. Well, you know, part of it is nobody's ever seen, a lot of people haven't seen the games. Yeah. It's hard to, you know, really be invested in something that you've never seen. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing with us in our TBL games. People are like, oh, okay, this is just something, you know, da-da-da-da. And then when they come, they're like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah. Right. So you got to experience it to appreciate it. Yeah. And I feel like that's exactly like how our games is. You're not gonna really appreciate it until you're there.
Yeah, there were so many people that I've seen online that had the whole, oh, I never watched women's basketball. This was great. And this is my first time watching, you know, a women's NCAA tournament game and all this, and you know, so they're like, we got a new fan. You know, people always, you know, talk about that.
You know, that is the fandom, and I mentioned the women's game, the Final Four earlier. Just the women's tournament. A lot of people are just now tuning in to women's basketball, not just college basketball, women's basketball in general. And it's, I won't say sad. I'm kind of glad that it's happening at some point. Yeah, of course, the WNBA, when it first came out, they were selling out arenas and Cheryl Swoops and all the phenomenal athletes that were there. But then it kind of fell off a little bit. NBA was still the NBA. But now you're getting a chance for the women to get on a big stage in these massive arenas, play in the basketball, and then for Caitlin Clark to be the number one pick. People assume she will be. I think she will be number one pick and coming to the Fever. I mean, Indianapolis, that Gainbridge Fieldhouse should be rocking, just like Memorial Gym is every single time the Bobkats are playing.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing, I didn't really realize it. So, like, I got an older sister, and she was basically she played with us. It was our sparring partner. So, like, I didn't really realize a lot.
She was a dog, too. I'm talking about real deal. She could dunk.
Yeah. My sister's 6'3".
Yeah. She was not nothing to play with. She was real deal. She used to bust Chandler. Me too. She used to bust me, too. I ain't going to hold you. She was.
I want video proof. I would love to see y'all play 1-on-1 right now.
Nah, she doesn't. She's fully in retirement mode and things like that. And then she's been out of it for 4 or 5 years now. She's been really into being a mom and everything. So but like, you know, I mean, I didn't really realize how much, you know, because I was in it with my sister. I'm watching everything. I'm there. So, like, the people that, like, I was like, okay, people really like women's basketball. And then, like, I kind of ventured out, like, when she went off to college, like, oh, people don't really watch women's basketball like that. Yeah. So then I kind of learned that and figured that out. And then a lot of people don't know, a lot of the WNBA players would cook a lot of the guys.
Yeah, people don't realize that the women, they are actually a lot more skilled than the men. Like, we rely on our athleticism a lot. You know what I'm saying? As men, just because, you know, that's our strength. We use our strength. But women, they have to use their skills. You know what I'm saying? They have to. If you really pay attention and you watching their games, they smooth. Like, they ain't dunking and all that, but they shooting the ball, they get into the rim, they crafty, like, I don't know, like you saying, you know, watching Caitlin Clark last night, man, 41 and 12.
She had like 9 threes.
The ball, like, that's the thing people forget. The ball still got to go through the hoop. As much as everybody, well, it's X, Y, Z. No, the ball still. Shooting the ball from 27 regularly is not an easy thing.
No.
Like, the ball's. It's not easy. I don't care what anybody says. To shoot it at a high percentage, if I give the average person the ball and say, all right, shoot from 27 and do it as efficiently as she did, that's a difficult task. And then she also doing it with a hand running off.
56% from 25 feet out.
Yeah.
56%, not 40. She shooting like higher percentage, deeper she get.
Yeah.
She,
Like,
man.
Like I've seen guys, like I practice with the Sky during the summer to stay in shape. I've seen many guys come in there. Some of the guys that played college basketball and different things like that. Barbecue chicken. Kalia Copper, she was the finals MVP when they won.
Yeah.
Man, I've seen so many guys trying to come in there. Oh, I'm here. No, you're not. You're not there. You got left 3 feet back that way.
Yeah, I think I got a little taste of women's basketball growing up because I had Dana Evans. I went to high school with her. She played for the Chicago Sky as well. And our girls' basketball team was tough. Like, they was nice, and Dana was a beast in high school. And obviously, that's kind of when I first started. So I was like, dang, she a monster. Like, she killing 30, like.
Yeah.
Shooting deep, all that. Like, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
So it just all depends on where you at and how you looking at it. You got to experience it.
Yeah.
You got to appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. You got to experience it. I want to wrap up this show. This has been a fun conversation. Wish we could go on for a long period of time. You came in here with this soda, and I've seen this drink numerous times. I don't know, it's something pop. I know that. But I was actually on my notebook. I was curious. The Bobcats had an off week. There's no games this week.
Yep.
Next game, I do believe is it a Thursday? Thursday, then a Friday?
Thursday in Cincinnati, Friday's at home against Medora.
And I was curious, in this long period of time where you're having a lot of time off, what are you, Fudge, doing to stay in shape and take care of your body?
So one thing I've really added to my bag of things that I do to take care of my body is yoga. I've been doing that the last 2 years, and it's been amazing for me. I think that's something that everybody should do, not just athletes. I try and get my family to do it and stuff like that because it just helps you really just relieve a lot of stress, a lot of tension in your body, and you're not doing, it's not no strenuous exercise, you're just stretching, you know what I'm saying? So doing yoga, I got to stay in the weight room, lift weights, get a little treatment. We got Elite Therapy, shout out to y'all, I love y'all. Y'all, it's amazing. Took care of me today.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, I went today and get a little treatment. And then just doing other little things, swimming and resting. I mean, you gotta rest, you gotta chill. So that's about the main things that I'm doing. Yoga, a little pool work, treatment, sleep.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't really get, I gave them 4 or 5 days off. So
That's a lot.
Thursday till today was first practice.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So, because we had, 3-4 days, and then, we had 3-4 days before the All-Star break that we didn't really have much going on. It was just okay, we're going to practice, do some individual stuff, and then we started today up until next Wednesday. So, that's a whole lot of days. I'm like, there's no point in me beating everybody down consistently every day until, this time I take your body, get rest, recoup, and come back, we'll be fresh, ready to go.
It's important because, like today, everybody came ready. Everybody was there early, getting up shots, and we had a good day.
Yeah.
Do you find that the players on the team all have a similar mindset about doing things unique to their body to take care of their body?
I think everybody's learning. Everybody's learning from each other.
Yeah.
Everybody likes to pick each other's brain. We got some guys who, work out together, and some guys who don't. Like me and Trey Barber, we started off the season. We've been working out a lot in the morning before practice, and then I know Larry and Orlando, they get a lot of work in together. B. Wood, he does a lot of yoga and just his own thing, and everybody kind of just picks a little bit from everybody. I know I've been seeing Akeem and Richie working together a lot, pretty much every day. So I think everybody just finds, little pieces and bits from each other, and we all trying to like you said, just have a common goal. Everybody want to be healthy and take care of their bodies so that we can take care of the championship.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably one of the first years too. I mean, because my he's like teams on his younger side, so I think it's also one of the first times we've had an older team, and then also too we have guys like B Wood's been in the G League. He's been a 12-year pro.
Yeah.
We got Akeem who's been around for a while too. Like you got guys that have been around doing this for a little while. They've been picking those guys' brains and figuring out how to take care of their bodies, because that's not something it's a lost art.
It is
in terms of what they said, the best ability is availability. So that's something guys got to learn. Like some of the younger guys, a lot of them don't realize stretching and little things and eating right and different things like that. Like if I had learned that earlier, my knees probably wouldn't have hurt as much.
Yeah.
When I got to last year or the year before. But even then, I still did a pretty decent job because I had my dad. But it would have been way worse if I hadn't.
What do you do right now to stay in shape?
We make him run in practice.
Like sprints and stuff?
Yeah, so realistically, if I keep track of all the turnovers in practice. So it's a fun way of kind of both ways. Okay, cool. So one of our goals for every game is keep it under 15 turnovers.
Okay.
So with that, I keep track of the turnovers for the whole practice. And if we get, a lower amount or we get to a certain amount, then I'll be like, okay, cool. Everybody knocks down free throws, or they knock down their free throw. Every single one that we go in the negative, that's the coach has got to run.
Ooh.
They've been avoiding it for about a week or two, so we're going to have to tighten them up this week for sure. We might have to do 2 days this week.
No, we got a little, we only turned the ball 4 or 5 times. I said, no, I'm not giving y'all the chance to make us run 10. I'm not crazy. I may be a lot of things, but I'm not crazy. Y'all get an opportunity to make us run 10.
Today would have been a decent day.
Yeah, they get to about 8 or 9. Oh, yeah. Come on now. Oh, yeah, you can knock those down.
Fudge, what is the hardest sprint or running workout he's made y'all do?
It's not. Ain't nothing really too hard that he made us do. I honestly, running is nothing to me.
Okay.
I ran cross country when I was a freshman because I was trying out for basketball. I was trying to be on the varsity team. And my varsity coach told us we had to play football or run cross country before basketball season.
Yeah.
And I had never played football, and everybody else on the varsity team was running cross country. So I'm like, I'm just gonna run cross country with them. So I don't have no problem with running. It's all mental.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's just what you're thinking about. If you making it hard or you getting frustrated and all that, then it's gonna be hard for you. But if you just run, you gonna get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no guys on the team who can't make the time or nothing like that. So it's just simple, I ain't looking at it like that.
I don't think anything I gave them is hard. Everything's doable.
Yeah.
What makes it hard is the time when they have to run.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so if we're doing it, we finish up a drill, something like that. They just finish playing hard. All right, come on now. You got to do, run this amount of time. That's what might make it difficult more than anything.
I will say he give us less time than Cliff did. So I think some guys might have struggled with that, but still, to me, it's like what I used to do in high school is like I'd say the 17s. 17s you run the sideline to sideline 17 times. Okay, so in high school we used to have to run that in 54 seconds, which is insane to me, because that's crazy.
So this is not baseline. It's not length to length.
No.
This is like the width.
Okay,
the width.
Okay, yeah.
But you still got to touch it.
I've heard long ways 8, and I've heard the other way 16. But 17 makes it even more fun for, I say not more fun, but harder. I say more fun if I'm not running.
The 17:54 that's probably one of the hardest sprints that I've had to do.
Yeah.
But we do a minute and 10 seconds.
Okay.
That's light.
He thought it was so light he ate an apple during training camp. He was eating an apple while running.
I was eating an apple.
Bruh.
Cause it just sometimes I do stuff though to show people like it's just how you mentally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't really about the running. It's just about how you up here. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I like to mess with people's head. You know.
Yeah.
I'm eating an apple and I finish first. Everybody dying. Come on, man, stop all that. You just get her done and get her done. You know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that one's pretty difficult. I say, 10 lines and was it 50, 55 seconds?
Okay.
So it'd be 10 and 55. That one's not fun. But I made you guys do that one time.
Yeah, what?
I didn't really.
Running ain't. You talking to the wrong one. I
Yeah.
struggle with the running.
I've noticed that the guys on this team that we've had in here, they are in shape.
Yeah.
In like it's the beginning of the season, they were in mid-season shape already. Like
Yeah.
they put an importance on taking care of their body, and so I think it's been Akeem and you and Plum. Everybody is realizing we have to take care of our bodies, and so the running part, where some athletes don't want to run, make it really really difficult. They don't care because they know they can do it.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like that. It's key, man. Basketball, you got to run.
Yeah.
It's a running game.
Yeah.
So, like you said, you and especially with having the guys that you came in with, Akeem, Larry, myself, we all run. You know what I'm saying? I know Larry runs. I got that from him, honestly. I learned a lot from Larry when I was in college. It was his senior year and my junior year. He was All-American, and the guy was running 5 miles and stuff after practice, and I had no idea, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, after practice, everybody do their little extra work, and that's that. But no, he was really putting in some real work, and it showed because when it was game time, he was that guy. Like, he was All-American. Like, he played like that, and I didn't know until after, like, he like, nah, I just ran 5 miles. Like, I'm not here playing around. So, like, learning from, like you said, just learning from our teammates, that's how you know, like, it's important to do other things and prepare your body, because when you prepare, you do great things.
Yeah. I mean, that was also something I talked to a bunch of the returners. It's like, we want to get up and down a little bit more. So, okay, we get up and down a little more, everybody got to run. That's the style of basketball that guys want to play, then that's, what we're going to have to do. So
we definitely play at a much faster pace this year than in the past years, which it benefits everybody because more possessions, more shots, more scoring, and we kind of need that with our team. We got a lot of guys, everybody's playing, so we need to get a lot of shots up because everybody want to shoot. I mean, so it works out perfect for us.
Yeah.
I really appreciate Chandler Levingston-Simon coming on the show, the head coach for the Bobcats. I wish we could keep this conversation going for a long time. Come back next week. You not know who will be on the show and what we'll talk about. Make sure you tune into the show next week. And Fudge, the brand, the hoodie, he is rocking it today. I appreciate him coming on the show as well. I'm your host, Jay Stevens. This has been the Bobcast. We'll see you next time.